When Hunger Knocked Part 5. The Harvest Within. Years passed and the seasons kept changing. But this time so did Amara. Gone was the girl who once slept under a mango tree, waiting for others to carry the weight of the world. In her place stood a young woman who knew the land, the craft, and more importantly, herself. Her tailoring corner, once just a small table with a borrowed sewing machine, grew into a modest but lively workshop. The same villagers who once shook their heads at her now brought fabrics with smiles and trust. Clothes for weddings, school, church. Amara stitched it all with care and quiet excellence. And still she worked the land, because even as her business blossomed, Amara never lost her roots. At dawn, she tied her wrapper, carried her basket, and walked the familiar farm paths, not out of necessity but from gratitude. The farm had taught her endurance. It had given her back her dignity. One day, while harvesting okra with her younger sister, the girl asked, "Did you always want to sew?" Amara shook her head. "No, I just wanted to stop feeling hungry for food. For meaning, for more, sewing was the door I chose." She paused, smiling at the memory. "But I could have picked anything. What mattered was that I finally got up." Word of Amara's skill and story spread beyond her village. Soon, girls from neighboring communities came, asking if they could learn from her. At first, she hesitated. Who am I to teach anyone, she wondered. But then she remembered how far she'd come and how someone once gave her a chance. So she began, under the same mango tree that had once been her hiding place. Amara now held informal classes. No uniforms, no desks, just fabric, thread, and open hearts. She taught them how to sew, but more than that, she taught them how to begin again. "It's okay to start slow," she would say. "Just don't stay still." Some of the girls struggled, some gave up, but others, quiet, determined, hungry to grow, reminded Amara of herself. Her mother often sat nearby, peeling cassava, watching in silence. One day she finally spoke. "I used to worry you'd never change. But you didn't just change, you became someone others can lean on." Amara looked up, heart full. "You let me feel the consequences." She said, "That's how I learned." Her mother nodded, eyes misty. "Sometimes love doesn't save, it steps back. So the lesson can do its work." The tailoring business expanded. With help from the women's cooperative, Amara started offering training kits, needles, scissors, thread for free to girls who completed her 3-month course. She called it the First Stitch Project. And one morning, as she watched a new group of girls take their first awkward cuts into fabric, Amara felt something she couldn't explain, a mix of peace and pride. This, she thought, is what it means to harvest more than crops. Not wealth, not fame, but legacy, because she had turned her hunger into purpose, her waiting into work, her shame into strength. And now she was feeding others, not with food but with direction. So when people asked what changed her, she would smile and say, "Hunger came," I answered, "and I never sat back down." The end. Share Amara's story with someone who's still waiting for their wake-up call. Let them know it's never too late to rise.